Carson-Newman falls to 14th ranked Catawba 56-52. And Coach, we talked before the game about offensive struggles against Catawba in this gym last year. You hung 83 on them, and granted in overtime in the first meeting this year. What happened offensively that you guys had your lowest scoring output of the year?
Give a lot of credit to Catawba. They came in here for the second time in a row in our gym and put a lockdown on us. I can't explain our offensive woes. I wish I could. Maybe I'm supposed to. We've had a week and a half off, but I thought our preparation was pretty good. We went live against each other, and to come in and play the way we did and not be able to make shots, it's somewhat baffling to me. So, as a head coach, you got to take it upon your shoulders to say, our preparation wasn't good enough. We didn't have them prepared over that week and a half long break to come in and face a team that's coming off of 2 losses and needing to get back on the winning ways. And you saw it. It just wasn't a very pretty game from our standpoint on the offensive end. They held us almost, 29 points under our season average. So when the right people don't step up, man, it's just a real struggle for us offensively.
Let's go to the third quarter. There was a stretch in the game where you missed 16 of 17 shots. You went 2 of 15 in the third quarter alone, and really that quarter kind of doomed you for the whole game. Mm-hmm. What did you see from your team in that stretch that didn't allow you guys to put the ball in the cup?
Well, with Catawba, they press, and we like to play fast. I want us to shoot a bunch of shots and score a bunch of points. And so we were letting them try to play out of the press and go down the floor and move the ball and get shots. And with each missing shot, I just think it became the confidence continued to dwindle. Catawba wasn't running away with it. They weren't scoring the ball great either. It was just a defensive, ugly basketball game from that standpoint. But we just never could get people going. And we certainly couldn't get our top players going. I think finally there to start of the fourth quarter, the lineup was Taylor, Goforth, Harley Smith, Abby Wilson, Michaela Alvey, and Sydney Pierce. They came in and got stops. We had 3 different players make threes, got us right back into the game. And I told the team downstairs my biggest mistake of the game was splitting that lineup up. They were getting some stuff done. Probably should have hung in there with them, but I didn't, and we ended up losing by 4.
Let's talk about that group that you're talking about right there and the positives of that team, because I think they scored 28 points from the bench as a whole in this game, and that group was able to get you back in the game. That mindset, how do you make sure that mindset bleeds over to all the healthy players and not just that group in desperation times?
I don't know. I think that group came in and we had some lively timeouts there to kind of challenge them. We had 32 points going into the fourth quarter and find ourselves down 12, playing just terrible on offensive end. And, did we have shots that were makeable? Sure we did. But that team came in, they put multiple stops together, didn't give them a lot of offensive rebounds. They gave up the one, but then everything else was kind of one and done. And then they come down and they converted shots. And, you have kids that are stepping up. They haven't made a ton of threes this year, like Taylor and, of course, Michaela. They make them. Abby has come in again and really played really well for us in our home facility. We've been toying around with the fact of putting Abby in the lineup because of how well she's playing. With our platoon system, we got to keep her on the second team to have another point guard, but she's going in the lineup Monday. So I've already announced that to the team on Monday. Abby Wilson is starting. Whether we start with 2 point guards or all of our point guards or whatever, she's at least going to get the nod to start on Monday.
Talk about Monday. It is a quick turnaround for your team. Well, they have one of the best scorers in the entire conference in Kalea Hall, who's got a 40-point game under her belt this season, so certainly not a team that you can take lightly. What do you want to see out of your group Monday afternoon that is different from today that shows you that they're ready for the stretch run?
I just want to see them score the ball better. It wasn't that they weren't ready. It wasn't that they weren't excited to play the game. None of that kind of stuff. I just think they got out. They didn't get the flow going offensively. The ball was getting stuck. We weren't making the right reads. We didn't get the ball reversed. I could go on and on about we don't get the inside production. We weren't making shots we're capable of making. And it just spills over and over and over. And what we weren't able to do is put the pass behind us and move forward until we got that one group on the floor that seemed to just play because they weren't worried about the pass. So as we go into the next few games, we got 3 more games this week. They know we gave this one up at home. There's a lot of basketball still ahead of us. We can still do all the things that we're wanting to do. We just got to play better on the offensive end. Our defensive today wasn't terrible. We had to get out of the press early. We went zone man. It was just our offense. And our offense is where we hang our hat. We spend a lot of time on offense, and when it's not clicking, a lot of times you get outcomes like you did today.